All right, it is a Monday, the 29th of October, and this is Team Best Version of You Little Pep Rally. And tonight's topic is about your DMO. And so people are probably like, what the heck does DMO stand for? Direct method of operation or daily method of operation, either way. And so every business, every organization needs to have a structure and a structure to follow to be able to be successful. And for me, I'm still trying to figure that out every single day. I mean, I'm constantly, we just talked about this, Katie, refining my day to day to make it better. And what's going to work for me may work for you, or it may not work for you. So there's a way to be able to kind of have a base of what, typical coaches do in a day, and then make it your own to fit your life. Everybody's lives are different. We all have different obligations. We also have different styles and how we feel comfortable in who we are and presenting what we're doing as coaches. So one thing to mention is that not one size fits all. So what I say, one day may not even fit me in the next day. And so that's why, it's so important to try and I think, a week, 2 weeks of trying something or a certain method for you or a system for you. And if it doesn't fit, you've got to move on. You can't keep trying the same thing over and over again to not have it work for you. And so for instance, I think both of you might have heard me say this before where for a long while I was doing, and I was also leading other people to add 3 people a day to whatever platform you're using, Facebook or Instagram. Form 3 messages with people that are new. Invite 3 people. Follow up with 3 people. And it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot. And so I took that to, a new level a couple of months ago, and I tried doing it, 5 in every one of those categories. And I just didn't see anything moving. I didn't see me, my business growing. I didn't see my bank account changing. I didn't see new coaches. I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't grooving for me. And so I had to fix it. And so a couple of weeks ago, Chris had posted something about Amy Silverman. She's one of the top 5 coaches in the company, what she utilizes weekly. And it got me going. My wheels were turning. I was excited. It was something new. And so now I'm on technically week 3, but I'm kind of taking a little bit of a setback on it, and I'm going to explain why. So the beginning of the month, it was actually the beginning of the month when I started this. I started utilizing this idea of inviting and following up. And so instead of this idea of friend requesting and forming and all this craziness, this was similar to that, except it was just, the list was just 20 people. And so I took 20, to start, it was a Sunday for me for the start of my week, but maybe this is going to be a start for you as on a Monday. But day 1, I went back to my last week's posts and I looked to see who was liking what I posted, who was commenting, who was liking, right? And I was easily able to find at least 20 names or 20 names of people that watch my story, right? You've got people that are constantly on there, and you're going to be able to pull names off of there, whether that's on Instagram or Facebook. So I wrote 20 names down on my page, and that was my day 1 activity. Woohoo! Like, I just had to find 20 names. And what I had created was an event for November. I had created an event on Facebook. You create the event, and that event page is just the invitation. It's just the card that you send in the mail, right? And so I added those 20 people to that event. And I didn't stop there. I didn't just say, okay, I invited them, great, my duties are done. Like, that could have been easy, but I had to know that these people got that message. And the only way to do that was to personally message them, because Facebook is really wonky right now. There's a lot of privacy weird tactics going on because of all that hacking that went on, a couple of weeks ago, and people aren't seeing the notifications. Facebook is so crowded, guys, and it's crowded with spam. We are not spam. So we need to make this very, very personal. And so I sent a very, very general message to all these people in Messenger. If they didn't see it or respond in a couple of days, I sent it on Instagram. Don't you worry, I was kind of being the stalker, but it's all good. The message just said, hey, I'm gearing up for November. I'm getting really excited to, get a new group together, and we're all going to exercise and reach one, health goal you have in mind. Everybody's will be some, a unique goal in itself. I put in parentheses a couple of goals. Like I said, lose 10 pounds, tone up, strengthen, I don't know, eat healthier. I just put a couple and then I wrote, etc. And I said at the end of it, did you see my Facebook event? So I left it with a question, which is so important. And majority of those people commented back and said, no, they had no idea what I was talking about. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That sucks. So all of this time that I thought that I was being the spam artist by sending these event invites on Facebook, nobody even had a clue I was sending them, right? So I'm like, oh my God, this has been 3.5 years. Who knows how many people actually never saw the invitation? Who knows how many people would actually be on board with me if I had known that they weren't even seeing the notification? And so I was like, oh, can I send it to you directly here? So let me show you quick second so that, maybe you don't really see some of these things in Facebook like I do since I've been utilizing it for so long. But let me show you. Let me just get rid of some of these things. So you don't want to see all my messages. All right, so the November project is the event, not a group, it's an event. This is mine. I created a little graphic that all of you can use, and I'm going to be creating a new one for December. Already thinking about it. Hold on one second. Rolly wheel here. And so in this event page, there's an ability to click on share. And what I love about this on our phone is that when you pull up share, whoever you were just talking with shows up on your first of the list, which is cool because you can just click send. And it directly sends this link to them. So hold on. My computer's being slow. Come on. I'm very impatient. Okay, share in Messenger, and it pulls up this little screen, and you can click in the name that you want, and you can type here, say something, and say, here it is, the direct link, take a peek. And so in this event, I put a very specific description, okay? In description meaning the details of what the group is going to be about. And so for this group, this 3-week group, we'll focus on crushing goals for the next 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. The goal is going to be different for every individual in the group, but I want to hear yours. And so some examples. I want them to see what types of things people might be trying to achieve, or something that may be idea for me. I mean, I love the month of November, and I'm actually like pretty pumped about dragging this into December because there's going to be a good 3-week period where we can gear up for Christmas, right? So perfect. Whatever your goal is, it's your goal, and you can accomplish those with a little support and love. My groups are supportive, motivating, and a community of amazing women who want to better themselves every day. And so I utilize and have been utilizing Google Forms. You don't have to. You could ask them this information here. But what I find is that if somebody's going to sit here and fill out a form to be a part of my group, they mean business. Okay? It makes you seem professional. It makes you feel or look like you have your shit together. So I'll show you. Google Forms is pretty simple to finagle, thank goodness. But this is what it looks like. I use the same graphic on the top, which is awesome. And then all of the information, the same description. I make them tell me their name, their email. I should put first and last name because I've had a couple people come in and it's like, Katie, Katie, Katie. And I'm like, oh, shoot, what Katie? Or Kylie, Kylie. It's crazy. I don't understand how people have the same names and want to join me at the same time. It's kind of nuts though. But long-term goal and then the short-term goal. So I do the long-term goal first because then it creates a picture of what they really want to achieve in the long run. And then the short term is, let's be realistic and create something that's a little bit smaller than that big time goal. First question, do you have Beachbody on demand? Do you need energize or recover? And I put in parentheses what these things mean for better results. A lot of people will say not sure, but that creates the ability to talk about it. So I'm just opening doors for communication. Do you need hydrate, a during workout formula to help hydrate your body for more effective workout? Do you need a kickstart for your results? So that's the 3-day refresh. Do you need a healthy snack to take with you on the go? Hello, beach bars. And then I say, if yes, what flavors? So I don't say, do you need Shakeology? I say, what flavor of Shakeology would you like? Because it's a non-negotiable for me. There are some people that they come back to me and they're like, I've tried it, I get sick, I don't like it. So then, of course, you're going to tailor their challenge pack to maybe utilizing the performance supplements. So you can say to them, well, instead of that, would you prefer trying maybe Daily Sunshine or the performance stack, whatever. And then at the end, perfect opportunity to lead with the business at no additional cost. Would you like to hear more about the coaching opportunity, right? How freaking easy is that? Some people will open this application and go, oh, it's Beachbody, I'm not doing it. But you follow up with them, right? You're going to follow up and say, hey, you said you were going to fill out the form. What happened? And majority of the time they're going to go, I didn't know it was Beachbody. And then you have to say, well, what is it about Beachbody that you don't, like? Or have you had a bad experience before? You want to hear about it. You want to know what's going on in their brain because people have negative ideas about things they know nothing about. Not good. Okay, so that's the event that I send this invitation to, I send the personal message to, and that's my duties for the day. If I find that when I go to send a message to somebody about creating the event and we haven't talked on Facebook before or Instagram, instead of obviously sending that invitation, I say, oh my gosh, if I know them, oh my gosh, it's so good to talk to you. How are you? How is everything going? Before I send the invitation. I don't want to be a spam artist. Now, if it's somebody that I don't know, which happens to be often because I have all these random people on my Facebook, I usually say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I never sent a thank you for accepting my friend request. It looks like we've got a lot of mutual friends. Where are you from? And again, ending with a question is so important. So I'm going to stop sharing. So that's day 1 of your week. Like, that's pretty darn easy. Not too bad, right? And so with that, hold on, I'm going to get to you. Day 2 is the same thing. So for me, I have this little notebook, and it looks a little messy right now because this is like my first week that I did. Yes, you've got your notebook. So we're creating new ways of doing our daily method. Yeah, everybody with their notebook. Yeah. Day 2 is the same thing. So you go back, look at your post from yesterday, look at old posts, look at your story, see who's looking, find 20 more people. 20 is going to be a high number for you. So maybe you need to start at 5 a day. That's okay. That's a normal goal for you, especially if this is something that's going to be new for you. I just am trying to think big and big volume. So that's why I'm going for the 20, baby. I mean, there's some days that I have 25 and I'm like, I don't care. I'm good with that. So day 2 is the same thing. It's just inviting. And again, you're creating forming messages with the people that you open your messenger and you go, oops, we haven't talked ever. I don't even know who you are. Where do you come from? Or haven't talked to you in a long time. How are things? Right? So there's that opportunity. Okay, day 3 is when it gets a little funky. You've got 20 invitations on day 3. Same thing as before. But now you have to go back to day 1 and 2 and see if they've responded. And if they haven't responded, I just send a little message, and it's like a little blurb that I send to every single person that, I call it ghosting. I just say, hey, I know life is crazy. I know everybody's busy right now and it's a stressful time of year. Did you get a chance to look at that Facebook invitation I sent you? And most of the time they're going, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so busy. I didn't mean to, right? And so it's not being a spam artist. It's just following up. My dogs are going to go psycho in a second. Sorry, hold on. Cool it. Hubby's getting home. Wednesday will be invite, or third day, day 3, whatever day it is of the week. For me, it's been Tuesday.
Hey.
Hi. I'm just doing a call quick. Oh, yes. You've got your 20 invitations, and you've got all of your follow-up. I'm just going to mute so that it's not extra sound. Bubby, can you just be a little quiet for like 15 minutes? I know, but you're like, okay, so on day 3, again, invitation, and then you're going back to those lists. You have the list in front of you, so it's easy to be able to just go back. And so what I've been doing on those lists is writing the date that I'm doing the follow-up, right? I'm just writing, for instance, I wrote a check mark when I sent the invitation out, personal message. And then when I went back to follow up, I just put the date that I sent that message. Simple. Okay. Day 3. Day 4, you go back to just invitations. It's like the best day ever after doing the follow-up day because follow-ups can be tedious. It's the time-consuming part. And so a lot of times I was thinking follow-ups as being only the people that are interested in buying, but follow-ups are also in that forming message in the invitation part too. So don't think that follow-ups are, well, I don't have anybody to follow up with because nobody wants to buy from me. That's not the case. It's not just the buyers or the ones interested. So day 4 is the invitations. Day 5 is invitation and follow-up from day 3. So see the cycle, how we're like constantly evolving into the follow-ups? I'm going to go back. Day 1, just invitations. Day 2, just invitation. Day 3, invitation plus follow-up of day 1 and 2. Day 4, just invitation. And then day 5 is invitation with follow-up of day 3. So we're caught up on our follow-ups. Day 6 is invite and follow-up with days 4 and 5. And then day 7 is invite. Woo! And then you start the vicious cycle over again. So for us right now, we're in this period of finishing this month right now. Not to say that you can't do this right now for November, right? Because November 1st is like 3 days away. We can still do this process. But you might feel, what is he doing? Making faces? Oh no, Ari's eating food off the counter. Typical. So even though right now might not be the time to do the process for you, we've got to think about the next month ahead. So next week, what we would probably be inviting to in an ideal situation is a free group for the following week. So any ideas or thoughts on, I'm going to unmute you, on a free group we could run in November? Any thoughts?
I would say hydration, but it seems like every time you turn around, so it's like, come to a water group, come to a water group. I know you've done a bunch. I see Elsie doing a lot of water ones too, and it's just like,
I was gonna say that.
Leave me alone. It's like, okay, never mind.
I know, and I think there's a good time and place for the hydration one, and usually it's during like the summer months.
Mm-hmm.
In the winter, it's kind of like, bah.
But winter's just as bad.
I know it is. It really is. But people get kind of like, that's not important.
What about like the self-love one that we did in September? I got a lot of good feedback from that.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I love that one. Oh, and it might be good. It might be good for like a thankful November group, and we utilize that sort of like same concept.
Yeah.
Because we did a lot of gratitude stuff in that too.
I actually like that gratitude thing. I've been doing it every week, and I'm like, oh, I really like that.
I know, it's such a good little bonus to your day. So maybe that is something that we do. That would be a good idea. I gotta create a.
What did he say?
Who came up with the gratitude idea? Rachel Hollis.
So Olivia's 5 o'clock. What do you call it?
Live at 5.
Live at 5.
Like he doesn't know what it's called.
I gave her all of her ideas for the last 2 weeks. You're welcome.
Thank you, Johnny.
So yeah, so let's do that because we already have it laid out for us. It's super simple. I have all the graphics from when we did it before. I would just change the invite graphic to have like maybe Thanksgiving stuff on it or something, right? I think that would be good. So that date, I think we should do the 15th. Hold on. What am I doing? Oh, I'm on the wrong month. That's why. Let's do the 12th through the 16th. That would be perfect because that lines us right up for midway to promote for December. You see what I'm saying? So every time the 15th of the month comes, we should be gearing up for the next monthly group. So the 15th is in the middle of this, right at the end, and that would be perfect to be able to invite those people and say, did you enjoy this? This is something that we do every, once a month for the free group, but we have something that's a little bit bigger and more supportive in your health journey, not only your mental, but your physical too, right? So good. Okay, so let me write this down so I don't forget. The 12, 11/12 to 11/16. Okay, perfect. So what we should be doing next week, 7-day invitation. Choose the amount of people you want to invite every day and make it your goal to do it, right? So whether it be 5, whether it be 10, whatever it is, you're going to invite to this event. So I'll have that ready for you. What?
Can you say the days? Like again, you
Yep.
said them really fast, and I was like, day.
Monday the 12th.
No, like the day 1 invitation, day 3.
So next week, 7 days if you want to start on a Sunday the 4th would be your day 1 to Sunday the 11th. We would have to be able to invite. And it doesn't have to be like this strenuous thing, but this could be a way to kind of exercise that muscle of doing this routine of whether it be 5, 10, or 20 people, whatever you choose for a number for the next week, so that you get good at that rotation of follow-up and invitation so that you're ready when we do it for the real deal for the challenge packs for next month. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be good. And it doesn't hurt for that Sunday, the 11th, to just send out like crazy spam to get people in there, because we had almost 40 people in that first group, 30 people. We had a good amount of people in that self-love one in September. It was good. And I think we could probably gear it up again too if we all just kind of link hands. So then after that group is finished, of course, I do my we do our spiel of, do you want to hear more about our next group kind of thing? We would already have the event set up to start the invitation process on the 18th for the December project. I'm calling it the December project as of right now, but I don't know if that's really what it's going to be called. A lot of times we do like Fitmas, like Christmas. And maybe in this group, we can incorporate like a simple like exercise challenge every day, like a plank challenge or like a wall squat. Jumping.
Oh my God, that cha-cha whatever plank challenge. Oh my God, I died after that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys did that. That's so fun.
Holy crap.
It's so good though.
Yeah, I definitely went to bed and I zonked out that night.
Yeah. And you connected too with that girl Kelly.
And then she like fell off the face of the earth and I was trying to connect and then she just disappeared and I'm like, okay. But I'm like, hey, checking in, how's workouts going? And she's like, I'm all set, but thanks. I'm like, okay, just checking in.
Yeah, right. And she's always kind of been that way. We connected a long time ago. And she also, that's considered ghosting. They're ghosting on you. That's okay. That happens. I know you're going to be walking, Morgan.
Yeah.
No worries.
Someone was just like, it's 9 o'clock. I was like, okay, gosh.
I gotta go.
I gotta mute myself now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm still gonna listen.
Okay. So perfect. So we've got a little bit of an action plan going. So we're finishing October. Next week, we're going to try the 7-day invitation follow-up process for the Self-Love Thankful November group. That's our free group for the month. And then Once that's finished, we're going to start the invitation, which we don't have to wait until then. We could still do our invitation follow-up process during the free group or the December group. Doesn't stop, you know, it's a continual rotation. But what I love about it is, so right now I reached Success Club, and now I can just take some time to go back to those lists, and those people that I consider ghosting, I can go to their page and like their recent posts. I can comment on their stuff. So I'm popping up in their notifications, right? I'm showing them some attention, and it makes me noticed, and it makes them go, what's she all about, and go to my page, right? And so that can happen on Instagram, that can happen on Facebook. It's just a nice way to be able to cool it from the invitation crazy vicious cycle that I was just in for 3 weeks, and go back and go, okay, what can I do now to show some love intentionally, rather than like, we all know, we all do it, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you feel like you're getting nothing done. This puts like intention behind every single movement you're making on social media. So that's what I'm loving about this. Okay, so with that being said, good plan for the month of November to move forward. Things that are important to be able to make sure that we do. I think both of you have done the teaming university training, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So that's great. Perfect. Anybody else that's watching this recording, we got to make sure that everybody is doing that training. I got to post the link in here. Let me put that there. Post training. That way it's easily accessible, even if somebody else were to jump in. I'm going to share my screen so I can show you where to find FAQs for questions, particularly what we were chatting about, Katie, in regards to like the performance stuff. So when you go to teambeachbody.com and you go up here in this little question, you can type in, let me see what happens when I type in fruit punch, I think it is.
I don't know. It's red. I know that much.
Guys, I know. I think it's fruit punch. Okay, maybe not. Let me type energize. Maybe it's not in this search. Oh, no, this is the actual website. So let's go to help and see if that helps us. So FAQs are just like the information. Yeah, there we go. Enter a question or an FAQ. Okay, so in that little help screen, you can find this. And it's got actually all of your little tabs to be able to control what's happening in your business. So type in fruit punch energize and see if that pops up, because it's going to give me all of the information about it. Beachbody Performance Energy Fruit Punch details. Click on it. What is it? We know what it is. It's available starting February 2019.
Oh man, I have to wait till then. Really?
I thought so. And so then all of the information is here as well. Retail price, coach price. And a new thing that's coming out, Katie, that you might not have known, is that they're coming out with stick, like you know how like Crystal Light has the sticks of the powder?
Yep.
They're coming out with these like energized sticks, which is awesome for, carry on. I mean, I used to put a scoop of it in each baggie when I was going away, and it was like, make you crazy. And then to be able to use the square packets, like the trial packets that you bought, and rip them and put them in the water, oh my gosh, it's a big disaster. So this at least will help for that problem. So that's the FAQ thing that I wanted to chat about.
All right.
You can put in anything, and I highly recommend doing this before, messaging myself or somebody else, because it's going to stick better in your mind if you look it up on your own and you see the information and read it for yourself versus me just telling you. So my dearest Morgan, I know you're walking, but I'll show you. So if I go to share a cart, you're going to see where you sent that guy a cart, and I'll show you.
Yeah, I sent.
So on this main screen for share a cart, it says new enrollment, new order, or view status. You want to go to view status, and you're going to see sent. If it is not there and you sent one, it might mean that they viewed it. Okay, but I'm going to go to sent. I'm going to go open up this one here. Do you see my screen, Morgan?
No, you're frozen.
Oh, you were just frozen.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi is really wonky because I'm walking.
That's okay. I just want to make sure you know what I'm doing.
Also, this angle and recording, great.
Oh, no. Somebody's eating ice cream.
Wait, okay, what did you say about the link?
Okay, so do you see this screen, the share cart screen?
No, I just see you.
Well, what the heck? Katie, do you see my screen?
Yeah, if you're doing it on your phone, right? If you touch Olivia and you slide her face over and you keep going over, it should eventually come to where you can. If you scroll over enough, you'll end up with leaving. You click to leave, scroll back once to your left, and it should show what she's sharing.
Yep, I got it.
Yep. Okay, so when you go to the main screen, hold on, let me see if I can go back home. For share cart, you're going to see the new enrollment order where you usually would click, but you also want to go to instead, you want to go to view status because you've already sent it and obviously it's not going through properly.
Yeah.
So under sent, you're going to see all the names of people you sent stuff to. If you were to open it or somebody would open your cart, it's going to be under viewed. Okay.
Okay.
If you go to sent, I'm going to click this top person. You can write either resend email so you don't have to type it all out again or copy shareable link.
Okay.
If you copy the shareable link, put it in an email, and then send it to his email directly. And say, what?
Could I even send that in a text message?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's easier for him. Sometimes people like to have it so that they can do it on a computer to see the whole screen.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what he thinks, but for sure. Now, is this the guy that's your mom's friend that she saw this weekend?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And now make sure you tell him to order it home direct.
Yeah.
So that he saves on shipping. And then if he doesn't want it for the second month, he can postpone the order through the email system.
Okay.
Yay!
Sweet.
We do. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. So those were the big things. So does that help to understand like what you should try to be aiming to do every day?
Yes.
Yes. Does anybody know or has seen and it's being revamped right now, and the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because the new one will be released in the new year. Have you seen the business activity tracker before? No.
Wait a minute. I think I might have that on my phone, I think. Oh, no, never mind. No, I don't. I lied.
I'm going to show you real quick my screen again. Just to show you, I'll post so I'm going to post the training link and I'm going to post a business activity tracker for you to see. I have 4 minutes to be able to do this. Come on, Olivia, be smart and be fast. Okay, hold on. So the business activity tracker just kind of is the ability to plan out your week on like one sheet to be able to check off what you've done. And we're in the process of testing a new one. Chris and a couple of us are in a test group for it. But for the meantime, it would be helpful to have it just so that you can start seeing what's important. And I think you already kind of know what's important and what you should be doing. It's just a way to kind of, I'm a person that loves to-do lists, so if I can check it off, I'm a happy camper. So let me see.
Did she bring that up last week or the week before on a call?
I'm not sure.
Because I think someone said something. Maybe it was you that brought it up before.
I know. Well, we're working on it right now. We're working on utilizing it. So, and because it's new, hold on, I'm just trying to see. I don't think it was under this, but. Heck.
No.
think it was under this.
Nope, I'm all
Let me see if it's under this one. Nope, I don't see it. I'll find it, but it's just like a sheet that you're able to, like, it lays out everything you should be doing every day for 7 days. And so, for instance, it says work out and drink your shake. You can literally check off the box, right? Posting on Instagram stories, respond to new likes and comments on your posts, follow up with people you've invited, contribute to your challenge group. So, like, things to be sure that you're like, oh, I forgot to post in my challenge group. Like, those things happen. Like, real life happens. It's all good. Personal development is on here. In the little Instagram story thing, it says, like, your post has to be about daily life, workout, product use, healthy meal or meal prep, invitation, recognition, and shout out. So it's just laying the down low of the individual things we should be utilizing and doing. Okay. This thing is going to kick me out in 1 minute and 38 seconds. Does anybody have a quick question? No? Was it helpful?
Yes.
I think that if we utilize this, like, all together at the same time, we're going to kick some massive butt. Because I've already seen a huge improvement in my day-to-day from doing this. It's so much more intentional rather than just, like, showing up to Facebook and being like, okay, what do I do now? Like, it's just like, I know what I need to do. And I have it, like, written in front of me, clear as day. I've been utilizing little, like, index cards for names too, because I'm like a weirdo. So that's another way that I know, like, oh, this person didn't respond to me. I'm going to write here, like, sent a follow-up message. So I have an index card for every person. But that's kind of like OCD, over the top. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Now go Pats. Go Pats. Red Sox win. Go Pats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they
I'll talk to you guys. Message me.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Hi.